Hello! In this specific video, you're going to learn ways to decrease your visitors' bounce rates and increase your social engagement. So basically right now, Google and other search engines are moving towards social media being a way to detect a site's popularity. And there are many different factors involved. However, in this specific video, we're going to be focusing on bounce rates, how to decrease your bounce rates, and basically increase the length of stay that somebody has on your website. So as you know, Google has already created their own social media site called Google+. They are very, very serious about this. And they are already using social media as a metric or a way to determine to see how good and popular your site is. So they want to see which sites get the most bounce rates, and bounce rates are bad. Bounce rates, if you're not familiar with it, it basically means somebody comes to your website, then they leave immediately. So within a few seconds they leave because they don't necessarily know if your site is going to fulfill their problems, their questions, and so forth. And maybe they got to your site and that's not what they're looking for. So Google's trying to figure out which sites are actually, have a lower bounce rate, which means people actually come to the site, they like the site, and they stay. So in other words, this video is surrounding how can we lower those bounce rates? How can we keep people interacting with our site? So social engagement is the solution. It allows you to lower bounce rates. If you can keep people's attention, their interest, and constantly engage them with your site and your content, then you can keep them on your site. And the solution is that you can do this by people being engaged with your content through different types of media. Because the fact of the matter is that people learn differently, so you need to know your audience. And let me give you some actual solutions that you can begin to implement starting today. Longer content pieces helps a lot. We've kind of gone from 200, 300, 400, 500 word articles now to 800 to 1,000 word articles. And not only that, you need to use different mediums. So what I mean by that is we've got written content, we've got data, we've got statistics, and it really depends on your audience and on your niche. Some of you may not have statistics to write about. Some of you may not have data to write about, but you might have certain content to write about. But whether it's data, whether it's statistics, whether it's content, your goal is to write at least and aim for 800 to 1,000 words. If you can do that, you got a longer piece of content. Then what I'd recommend that you do is within that content, have audio and video. Have different types of medium. Like you can use Animoto.com, Camtasia, software to show screen capture software. You can use Audacity, which is a audio program to edit your audios. You could basically have the article content in text format. You could have somebody read the article content and so forth. This way you're reaching out to many, many different types of learners. We got audio learners, visual learners, kinesthetic learners, and audio visual. Then kinesthetic tends to be the type of learner that they have to interact with your site. So if your site is just pure content, they're going to look at it, they're going to be shocked, either scared, and they're going to leave. But if it's something that they can interact with, they can watch, they can understand, they can apply, then you can actually attract all different types of people. And specifically within your audience. Now, I don't want you to get the idea that I'm talking about you're trying to reach everybody in terms of audience, but within your audience itself, you need to be reaching audio, visual, and kinesthetic. Then we have graphics and infographics. When you're looking through content, you got audio, video, but you need to have graphics that is just, all over the content. You don't want to have it all bunched in one spot. You want to kind of spread it out so people feel the need to go through your whole article. So you got examples, infographics, and you can get this stuff from graphicriver.net, which is one of my favorite sites. You can get a lot of cheap but really good looking graphics. Bigstockphoto.com is another great site where you can get royalty free images, and you can use interactive web applications like surveys, polls, feedback, or quiz forms. And this can actually help you gather data about your audience, but at the same time, keep them intrigued, their attention, them engaged, and this and that. So like I said again, take the article and sprinkle other mediums between the large article so that it makes it interesting. Don't put it all in one spot, spread it out. And if you can do this, then you have yourself a socially engaged site. And then I would recommend, of course, to add social media like Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and utilize these social media sites. If you don't utilize all, at least utilize one of them, if not anything else. So that's a solution that you can begin to implement today. Doesn't have to be hard. It's actually quite easy. If you don't have the time, you can outsource this. Get somebody to get the content, create the videos, create the images, or just grab the images and then spread them out throughout your whole site. And that's it.